Previously on Common Sense for Relationships.
I do before you say I do.
What does it really mean to say I do? Most people that say I do, they are buying into an idea. So before you say I do, one of the things you need to do is to be sure that what you say you want to do is the same thing that the other person is saying they want to do.
Before you get married, you need to know who you are. Know yourself to the extent possible, right? And then with all that you know about yourself, you can now move on to who is a good fit for me.
Oh. Hello. By the way, something is really going on today. I don't know what it is.
You can see that's me. I am just sitting down here and I'm smiling. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Anietie Bature, and I am the co-host for today. It's your show, but maybe introduce yourself first so I can say what I want to say, so I can tell them what happened before we started.
I already introduced myself.
Oh, you did. Okay, so what I was going to say is that something very shocking happened. We had actually started the show before we realized that we didn't press go live. So we had started the show for like 5 minutes. We just realized that we didn't go live. So this is us now live. But sorry, when I was trying to tell them the written, I forgot my English accent. I wanted to let you know why I'm speaking with the English accent and looking the way I do is because England is playing France, and we're just trying to keep this episode really short so that those of us that do football can go back and watch the match. And I'm speaking this way because since England is playing France, I am frankly English. Somebody laugh now.
We're laughing, don't worry. And I was saying that he really got the English thing so well, even with the fact that the joke was dry.
So that means you're trying to say that English know how to crack dry jokes.
No, I'm not dry.
Well, if you insist,
you know.
If you know, you know. You have said it.
So that means that you came on this show to take permission to go and watch England.
To go and watch match, just in case. So I'm just letting you know because my original plan for the set was for them to be playing the match in the screen behind us, so that we can be seen. But we'll catch up. For the sake of you people that are here.
So that means we effectively have 20 minutes. Jim Mosky, welcome. Good evening. Let's talk about this.
Yes.
I do. What have you done? What did you really do when you said I do?
What did you really do?
What have you done? Yes. So my husband was saying, that the first thing he realized that he did after saying I do was that he has lost his freedom. I mean, I'm looking at him like, who is chaining you? Who is holding you down? Who is, So please, can you explain to them what you mean by this freedom that you lost?
You see, this week I'm telling you a lot of things are happening.
Why are you reducing your voice?
I'm trying to tell them a lot of things are happening.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
They say, what have you done? What have you done? Maybe should I tell them the truth?
You have 20 minutes or less.
20 minutes.
So you better be saying what you need to say and say it quickly because you are the one that wants to go and watch football.
I'm the one that wants to go and watch football. Well, okay. Maybe what I wanted to say is that the banner that they have there at the back is next week's episode.
Oh, that's what you want to say.
That's what I wanted to say.
So that means that some people are already watching the football in
They are watching the match. That's why they not put the wrong banner.
It's fine. Just go ahead. Let's talk.
Actually, but what I wanted to say is that for those of you that say you want to say I do, let me tell you, for the guys, let me tell you clearly. What I want to say in this episode is when you say I do, what did you really do? Let me tell you, the first thing that you really did is that your freedom is gone. Guys, Take it from a man that has experience. Your freedom is gone. You know all those things we used to say, when we are coming from the office, all those things we used to say that, there's traffic, let's just hang out with the guys and then just stay there until it gets late, and then you go home. And those things you used to enjoy. When you say I do, you are done with them.
Very funny. But then that's not for everybody now.
What do you mean?
Yes, it's not everybody. I mean,
when was the last time I went to club?
Did you used to? Okay, you used to go before.
But no, I know what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know what I did. But when was the last time I went to club?
Answer now.
Can I remember? It was me that
but
opened my big mouth.
It cannot be that it was before. It can't be that the last time was before the wedding. So you can't say that after you got married you couldn't go anymore.
My brothers, take it from a man that has experience. If your wife is nice, she may let you go once in a while. But that time, you just carry your car key and just get up because it's evening. I'm sorry for you.
And unfortunately, it's not only guys that have things that are limitations in quotes that have restrictions in quotes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you remember that time that my friend was getting married in Port Harcourt.
That you wanted to go.
And I just thought that, he's my friend.
Yes.
From secondary school.
Yes.
It's as simple as just buy the ticket and when the day comes or the day before, off I go. Only for me to come and tell Mr. Bature.
And he shocked him. The answer was very shocking.
And
what was the answer?
He said I cannot go.
And she didn't understand it.
I was like, what? He said I cannot go. Hey.
But
I said she's my friend.
Yes.
Just in case he didn't get it. I explained very well.
Yes.
And he still said no. Hey. I said, hell, what did I do?
You said, I do.
I said,
yes.
Seriously? So there's a part where you want to say, like, excuse me, I was independent before you came along.
I hear you.
You don't have any right to be calling the shots in my life to tell me what to do or what not to do.
Okay.
You want to say, I can make my own decision myself. And I don't need anybody to... Do you understand?
Just no.
You know how they do in some movies, right? Where you will now do this thing, but then they'll now show that you were thinking about it. Yes. So in my mind, I did all that drama, Then when I finished doing the drama in my mind, I now said, hell, before I was married, it was my mom who used to, do this kind of check for me. But now I'm married, I guess that's authority or has been transferred to my husband, right? So
power has changed hands.
as a submissive wife,
wow.
I stood down on the trip, right? I didn't go. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but that was the first reality check that, hey, you are married though. You can't just do anything you want. Because there's somebody else.
Yeah, but this loss of freedom, is it all bad?
It's not all bad.
It's not all bad. That's the interesting thing about it, But we just wanted it to be clear to you that when you say I do, there's a certain degree of individuality that you have lost.
And Jimoski says,
what did Jimoski say?
Jimoski says, can you please give Baba some small freedom to hang out with the boys alone? Jimoski, wait first. Why are you not telling them the whole truth? Okay. He's not just hanging out with the boys, he's hanging out with the ladies too. He has more than enough permission. Somebody that will fix lunch dates and go and tell me, and I'll ask you, and he's a lady, and he will go. He will go and come back.
Do you know whether it's counseling?
No, but the fact is, I don't care what it is, whether it is business, counseling, ministry, whatever it is. Do you understand? I trust the fact that you fear God enough to allow you to go without sending what they call them.
SOS or
no, those spies.
Spy cam. quite calm. There's even an app now. I think people are bad. There's even an app. Somebody should even an app you can use to track your wife or your husband. You just put their phone number. They say, and then women can be wicked. Sorry, no offense to you, but some women, they know that you have shit for church, and then they will still ask you. They'll just ask you, honey, where are you? They know exactly where. They know, so that they will just give you an opportunity to lie and make a mess of yourself. Do you understand? That is, I'm just thinking to myself, wow, why are people like
Hey,
this?
see what Grace said though.
What did Grace say?
Grace said women even lose their dreams, not just freedom. In short, we lose our destinies.
Yeah, man.
Grace, I know where you're coming from. You're coming from the place where, in the name of marriage, there are certain things you may not be able to pursue anymore, especially if you just go from the altar to having kids and stuff like that, and then you now have all these responsibilities, to handle. You're taking care of the home, you're taking care of children, you're in the family way from time to time, and so on and so forth. So it could actually have an impact on your dreams, your ambitions, your career, a number of other things, if it's not managed well and if you don't have support systems and so on. So it can be quite a challenge. So Grace, I completely understand what you're saying. So when you're considering marriage, you have to think about it. You have to think about it. That challenges will come, but you need to develop the capacity to decide or to figure out, because the answer may not lie with you, just with you. You may need to ask someone for help. You may need to get some advice from somebody who has gone down that path before. How do I handle this? What should I do to support myself through this season so that I don't have to become, in quote, limited just because I am having I'm raising kids now, or I'm having children now, and so on and so forth.
Just to buttress the point that you're making, when you say I do, you have done away with some freedom, right? And that freedom part has its good sides and its bad sides. Bad sides because for the single person that you were, you can do whatever you want whenever you want, and nobody can ask you any question, especially if you are a single, that you're not staying in your parents' house, you're by yourself. There's that level of independence that you want to stick to. Now, but when you now say I do, what you have done is that you have moved yourself from a place of the individual to the place of the individual multitude, where you have two people that must operate together for one purpose. Are you getting what I'm saying? So it's something that freedom now becomes a product of negotiation. Why? It means that what you have lost before, if now only one direction they go, now somebody is looking in 2 or 3 directions. So actually they help you so that you don't lose your step. You understand? Or walk in the wrong direction.
Okay.
So that's freedom, right? Because, and the truth is, if you watch episode 1, when we say you need to look well before you jump in, there's one quote, I can't quite remember it completely, but it says, the last line, the line I remember is the line that says, tread softly because you tread on my dreams. Now, it's the title of that poem is called Field of Dreams. I'm remembering it vaguely, but the truth about it is that if you make the right choice, the person you marry will not tread on your dreams. Rather, they will try to find a way to wake you up to make sure it becomes a reality.
All right. So, finance. What about finance?
Finance.
What did you do when you said? What did you do to your finance when you said I do?
Oh, that's what somebody said. What about finance?
Yes.
So when you said I do, how you just wake up and do anyhow with your money? That's gone too. I'm sorry. You can't just wake up and do anyhow because it's your money. Foul. I'm keeping a straight face.
Well, yeah, because there are other people involved. It's not just about you anymore. Now you have to consider the couple. You have to consider you and your spouse. And eventually, if you choose to have children, you have to consider you, your spouse, the children, the well-being of the family as a whole. So depending on how much you guys have, certain things may have to be put on hold while other needs are met, or deferred, and stuff like that. So you actually have to realize that you can't just say, oh, I feel like this, and so I just go ahead and do it.
Because it's my money.
Because it's your money.
Sorry.
You can't just do that anymore. Unless you have so much of it that you can still do it.
But it's not even about the having so much. It's that even if you have so much of it and you feel like you can just do, especially if it's the woman that has so much of the money, there's something about you just going out and buying a car because you can afford it and coming back. Meanwhile, your husband is not driving a brand new car, but you just because you can afford, you go and buy a brand new car and come back.
So you buy one for him and buy one for yourself.
So what I'm even saying that sometimes even buying one for him is so you let me tell you, I'm coming. Let me tell you. So you buy one for him because you can afford it, and it's like, are you trying to show me that you are any more than me?
Then that means you went to go and marry the kind of person that is a wahala person.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean. This is wisdom now.
Wait, calm down.
Okay, let me.
How can somebody go and marry somebody, as in? So you like this, you have so much money. Then you now go and marry somebody that will be intimidated or feel insulted when you buy them a gift according to the amount of money you have.
Mahala. We just use car now because car is but it's not always bad like that. It's that sometimes the guy can feel differently the way the lady spends the money, even if it is her own. I'm not making sense. You're looking at me as if I'm not making sense.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
It's true now, because we have to look at it both sides. You cannot. It's not just because we have our own strategy, and everybody there don't have their own strategy. We have our own way that work. But a lady just goes as guys, you are there. You people are there. Guys, you can speak up now, please, in the chat box. A lady just both of you are married, newly married, for example, and because she's making more money than you. She just comes back home. She feels like a Gucci bag. She buys herself a Gucci bag, and then she comes back home and shows you, she just bought herself a Gucci bag, and you are thinking, I thought we are doing this thing together, right? And she hears you say, I thought we're doing this thing together. He says, okay, I just really wanted a Gucci bag, and then she goes out and then comes back and buys you a Gucci shoe. And that's really not the problem that is on your mind. Maybe the shoe can even solve some of the problems that you have put on your mind. But for you are feeling like, trying to show
then it means you people are not communicating well now.
That's
because if you guys are,
when you say I do, that's part of the things.
Yeah, because if people are talking well, then you will figure out what are the priorities as far as money is concerned, and then
what are also the priorities as far as the individual, the person. Do you understand? Some women won't show you.
So Kukuma buy it and put it and use it when you're not going somewhere with it.
Kingsley say personally, she will return it and bring the money. Do you understand? So sometimes it may really not be about the money.
Maybell.
Hey, Auntie
Maybell.
Maybell. Salute.
Hi, Maybell.
You understand?
Thank you for joining.
But remember that. So I'm listening to what Kingsley is saying. Some guys feel that way, and I believe I'm speaking for the guys, even though most of them are watching match. But I'll soon join you guys. But I believe I'm speaking for the guys because most of them are not here. It's the ladies that are here mostly. But you see, it's the truth. Some guys will tell you, return that shoe and bring the money. There's a problem we need to solve. So if you want to give me a gift, don't give me a gift according to how you feel. Give me a gift according to how I need.
Well, me and still say it's back to communication, because I don't understand how somebody will buy somebody a gift and then it will turn to fight.
You don't understand?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like that. Like, people are communicating well.
It's good that you said that it's not supposed to be like that.
It's not supposed to be like that.
It's not supposed to be like that, but it happens.
It's just like my birthday now, that you wanted to buy me treadmill.
So
but you see, imagine that
I went now and I just to do you
My-
surprise. That's why in this family,
in
let me
this
tell you
family
guys,
we don't do
used to
surprise.
I wanted to do a surprise. I packaged this thing. Something. Just say, let me just cook. Just let me act, because this plan was all set.
The Lord came to your rescue.
I'm just going to drop that treadmill, expensive treadmill like this, expensive treadmill. Just going to drop it. And then I heard, I don't want. And the way she said it was almost like, insulting. I felt insulted because she said it very simply. I mean, something that's taking period of planning. Do you understand? And then she just said it very simply, like, I mean, that should be it. That's all. And so we have to go back to the drawing board.
So communication is very important.
So that's the third thing that you do. When you say I do,
you have to communicate, because if you don't communicate, you will be having issues that are not necessary. Conflicts that are completely uncalled for.
Unavoidable.
Yes. So communication is one of the things you have to do when you say I do.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
It's Grace.
Grace
said yes. If your husband has big belly, please buy him weight loss tea. Why people like this?
Then the guy will now say, what do you mean by this tea? Can we women give
I think
when did you become?
No, can some women give us financial freedom when we say I do?
Like, what do you mean by giving it? As in, we decide that we're not going to ask you for anything.
Yes.
And we'll leave you to do whatever
we want with our
your money.
Yes.
How can?
But we said I do. So
you said you said you do. So you have to, and you are responsible. And you are the head of the family. Yes, you know. You know, when it comes to money,
the men suddenly become.
We'll remind people very well that you're the head. Our
position becomes prominent. When we are looking for submission, they are not there. But when it comes to money, suddenly at the head. We shall be the head and not the tail. God help us.
Oh my goodness. Tomorrow says, how about for family? When you say I do, it means up and be number one for you. They need to be number one for you. It's really important. Everybody wants to feel like I am the most important person to my husband or to my wife. They now find out that they're like 5 people before them or 7 people before them, and so on. Then it becomes a serious challenge.
So the interesting thing is that for family, when you say I do, what you have done is that you have what you really did is that you have prioritized.
You have announced.
Yes, you have announced that I will prioritize this person
above everybody else.
Every other person else. That's what family really. That's how it really affects family. So you prioritize this person, and in when you say I do, the husband or the wife becomes the first family. You get it now. So it's either the first lady or the first guy.
Oh my goodness, Timora is very funny. Timora says that when you give your husband weight loss tea, you're body shaming him. Indirectly. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
No, but that's also a nice way of telling him, Baba, please do something.
It's just like as birthday present. Check.
Yeah, when they give you the other birthday present, they're telling you, my brother, there's an atmosphere around you that you need to change. To change the atmosphere around you.
Okay, so yes, it's your football time.
No, but we I'm still here with the guys.
You're still here with the guys.
Okay,
interesting.
I can take it until first half.
You see, this is what
this is part of the things that we do.
This is part of the liberty that we give you people that you are saying you have lost. I am now telling you go and watch football. You are saying you're staying with the guys.
I should go and you continue with the show.
Be going now, is it not? You can watch football.
Okay.
Okay, we're here.
Okay. All right. If you can still hear us, please type 111. It seems like we lost trans. All right. If you can hear us, please type 111. Please type 111. Please type 111. Okay. All right. Thank you. So you can hear us.
Yes.
All right. Good.
When you say I do, Jimonski says, when you say yes, I do, they will not
allow you to hang out with the boys again.
Women, why?
You people should be answering him. Be answering him because we answered it in the other part of the show.
Exactly.
You should be answering
But
him.
it's not as if you're not allowed to. I mean, it's really, but there are guys who still hang out with their friends and they're still married.
Yes, there are guys who still hang out with their friends and they are still married because their women allow them. That allow is a critical part of that hanging out. Do you understand?
Oh
because no, but then it's not as though, that's why I say it's not as though it's a bad thing. The truth is that if you have said I do, it means that you have prioritized the person you are doing with. And if you have prioritized the person that you are doing with, it means that the time that you used to spend with the time that you used to do with other guys, you have transferred that time to this particular lady.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay, yeah. And anyway, when you look at it, right, if it's just the two of you, it's easy for one person to get up and say, okay, I'm going to do stuff with my friend, and the other one does likewise, because it's just the two of you. But I think the challenge really starts when there are children in the picture. You are now saying you want to go and hang out. Meanwhile, clothes have not been washed. Somebody's struggling with taking care of the child and cleaning the house and preparing meals and doing all of those things. And then in the middle of that, you get up and say, you want to go and hang out. So the guys, hang what? Do you understand? Hang what when there's so much to be done in the house. So
so a lot of that is true. Women ain't allowed to hang out because it's now seen as gossiping meeting. Wow.
This is interesting. Anyway, so
I wanted to say
go ahead.
The fourth thing that you do, when you say I do, you have also done away with perhaps a certain portion of your concept of what religion is all about.
You're confusing me right now.
Okay. Let me say it another way because the thing didn't enter the way I wanted to say it. Okay. When you say I do, it means that you are now going to have to do religion differently.
Why?
Because if you say I do, whoever you said I do becomes a critical part of how you will do your religion.
How?
I'm used to going for second service. We have only one car, for example. But this person goes for first service by 7 a.m. And by 7 a.m. you're still booting. You have to learn how to wake up and go to service because you have one car. Because even the mere fact of saying maybe she can go to church and I will come after is a problem that is waiting to happen. Do you understand? So it means that the way you do, for example, the way you do church.
Okay, so you're using that as an example.
Yes, I'm using that as an example.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but that as in that affects not just church, it affects everything now because you're talking about compromise now.
Oh no, I'm using it to show the fact that everything is affected. Religion, in quotes, also is affected. So you captured it right. Compromise is something that you do when you say I do, but that compromise also runs through a lot of things, right? It runs through a lot of things, and religion also is something that is very critical when you say I do. Who you are doing, for example, who you are doing church with, right, matters to how church will be done in your family. Do you understand? Yeah. So religion is important.
Yeah.
It's considerations that you have to do. It will be affected. So we talked about freedom. We talked about compromise. We talked about cash, which is funds and finance. We'll talk about what's the third point that we talk about? I can't remember it. If you want to remember it, go and watch it from the beginning because I'm really trying to go and watch match. Do you understand? Yeah, but Babi, I think we still have some minutes before first match, before first half end. Those that are watching match, please, what's the score? England, France. So Babi, over to you. One more point. We can take 5 more minutes before we run.
So when you say I do, you open yourself up to some uncertainty. Some uncertainty. Example, somebody said we are going to stop at 8:30, and now the person is telling me 5 more minutes. If it was me alone, I would know exactly that we are stopping at 8:30 because there's football match. But now, because I said I do, I have been exposed to uncertainty. See what I'm saying?
And you see this thing that happened now is me thinking that I am being nice to her. You know, I'm just being nice to her. Now she has just turned it back on my head. See, this is what happens when you say I do. As in, you have to be checking. A bit because even the good that you are doing, you have to check whether is really the good that the person needs. Okay, this is all part of. So you can't just when you are single, you just interpret your goodness by yourself. You just say, this is what I think could be good for this person, and you go and do it.
You do it, and it's fine.
Yeah, and it's fine. In marriage, you can't just do like that. You have to know that the goodness you are doing is the goodness that they want to receive. Otherwise, that goodness is good. All comments have been raised. If you don't want to do 5 minutes, or you have finished the show, let me just be
now he's happy that he's going to go and watch match.
This one now, is it my good? Is it my goodness or your goodness that you're doing to me?
I don't even understand what you're saying right now. So, okay, so
you see, Grace has just said it. Sometimes you don't even know whether go means stay or stay means go. So now that you've just rubbed my back, now are you telling me that okay, I should Kukuma stay 5 minutes, or are you telling me that okay, I should not worry? See, guys, that's part of the things that happens when you say
you are overthinking this thing. See, everybody, go and watch match. It's World Cup. Thank you so much for joining us today on Common Sense for Relationships. You can see that my husband clearly wants to go and watch match. So, as a nice and caring wife, I will end the show now. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. Please like this video. Even if we didn't do anything, hopefully we made you laugh today. And yes, please share so that other people will see how their lives can be affected.
But see somebody has dropped. You have to be sorry, Babi. The person had to bring it out. Some of these things. See, let me tell you. One other thing that happens when you say I do is that there are some things you don't say. You don't say some things. Messi, why are you like say, Mr. Bature? So much is important than this show. What you face when you say I do. See, Messi, there are some things we don't. That's something also out there. When you say I do, some things you don't say. You just insinuate them. You know. You code them. You understand? So that the other person will just catch the coding without having to, because it's when you say it that it may not become a problem. You understand? But if you code it and the other person catches the code, you guys will still be,
be okay.
You'll be okay. All right.
Okay, everyone. Remember, common sense is not so common. Please enjoy your weekend and see you next time.
And we pray.
Bye.
So, okay. If you're also a France person watching our show, we pray that France too does well.
Which one will be answered?
I'm not God. Let God answer the one that He wants to answer. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, Auntie Patsy. Bye.